This is the way.
Welcome back to a brand new episode of Blades and Beskar, a fusion series of Lord of the Rings and Star Wars here at Blore on Mandalore. Look, I want to talk to you guys today about Rings of Power. Now, I haven't actually finished Season 2 of Rings of Power, but I can fucking tell you, this series has been one of my favorite TV shows that I have ever watched. Now, a lot of people have kind of been like, oh, you gotta watch, especially one of my good mates, Josh. He's like, he's just like, fucking watch Rings of Power, watch Rings of Power, watch it. And I'm like, okay, sure, I'll give it a fucking go. I watched one episode. Now, all of these episodes, by the way, are like an hour long for each one. It's a fucking hefty show. And it's got, 8 episodes? So 8 hours. 8 hours of fucking content every single season. Wild. But I watched one episode. I fucking kid you not, I binged the next 2. I could not watch more than 3 fucking hours. I could not watch more than 3 hours in a go. But holy shit, I love this series. Now, it's one thing to kind of enjoy a show like this, but it is so different from anything that we have ever seen in Star Wars. And it's kind of one thing that I would really like to see in the future of Star Wars. Like, we don't have these long-form episodes where they actually take time to delve deep into the lore. Everything that we've got has been like 30 minutes, fucking maximum 50 minutes for a fucking starter episode where they basically go, okay, by the way, this is what happened to the character, this is where we're going, this is how we're doing it, and now follow along. And the rest of the episodes are going to be 30 minutes each time. Like, they tease it going, oh, by the way, they're going to be long episodes, and then they're fucking not. They're fucking not. So it's something that I've never really been able to kind of enjoy. I know that a lot of Game of Thrones episodes are super long. They do the same kind of thing, and everybody loves Game of Thrones. I've never seen it. Never ever seen it in my life. So this is like my entrance into it. And especially, I watched this coming after, okay, obviously, I'm on a little bit of a fucking Lord of the Rings hype train right now. But, after watching all of the extended editions of Lord of the Rings when I was going to Japan and coming back from Japan, I've got to say, I'm deep into Lord of the Rings. And I'm not... I don't know that much of it. I do not know that much of it. But it's been so fucking enjoyable. Now, I've seen a lot of criticism online. I mean, okay, look, it's anything to do with a big series. If it's a big franchise that everybody knows, everybody loves, you're going to find hate everywhere you go. But, I mean, this one has just, a lot of the times, people are just saying this show is way too slow. Yeah, I think it is slow, but Lord of the Rings needs to be slow. It needs to kind of work its way in and give you literally every single fucking option, and then bam, it's all fucking there. Everything makes sense. It all clicks into place. All of it makes sense. Now, for some of you who haven't finished Season 2 of Rings of Power, I mean, I'm only up to... I've just finished the 2nd episode. So I'm on to the 3rd episode now. And I got to tell you, as an opinion of the show, I could care less about the fucking hobbits. Could care less. So you're not even going to fucking hear about all that kind of shit. And you won't get spoiled for the end of Season 2. You will not get spoiled. But maybe turn it off if you haven't seen all of Season 1. I mean, we know the general fucking story. Lord of the Rings happens fucking after. So I guess it's not really actually spoiling. But, to get a show like this is just... It's immense. The one thing that I would have to say would be the best thing about this show. The best ever. The one thing that I have been sitting back genuinely in awe. I have not wanted to turn it off, was specifically this one fucking scene where they had, basically it was the High Ruler elf. I can't... Again, I don't know that much. I really, really don't know that much. So I like learning with you guys. If you guys know the names of the people, You know I'm horrible with names. I'm great with faces, horrible with names. Chuck all the stuff that I'm getting wrong, or stuff that that you know might be able to help me kind of understand my path. Chuck it all down below. The whole thing of Blades and Beskar is it's an interactive series. So talk to me. Let me learn, and I will learn with you. So anyways, basically, there was one thing where he was talking about how it was the darkening of the main tree. I think it's the Valar tree. I know that the might of the Valar is like the gods and so on, but it's the golden leafed tree that they have in actually I don't know if it's Lindell. I don't know if it's Lindell, but anyways, basically with the darkness of the Balrog, he is slowly killing the roots, and up to the leaves it's falling off. And when the light of the Valar tree dies, all of the elves have to leave Middle Earth because they are not protected by the far lands of, I think it's Valinor. Anyways, fucking love that concept, by the way. Loved that concept. But when they talked about the early destruction of it, they had this one fucking photo. Well, actually, no, it wasn't really a photo. It was a bit more of like a GIF. But it was the elf putting one hand on the one side of the tree, and it was like burning bright light, and it was shining this. It was the all of the goodness of the most honorable elf, and he puts all of his love and passion into this tree, and it's super gold on one side, and then the other side, it was the fucking Balrog, and the Balrog had his big fire whip, and it was like, and on the other side it was just darkness and smoke, and the Balrog going, instant cream of the pants. Instant cream of the pants. I could not fucking survive. I took a screenshot of it. And I put it on my I put it on my desktop background. I can't begin to describe how fucking sexy that is. But it's one thing that I've absolutely loved about Rings of Power. It's just the cinematics. Everything is gorgeous. There's one thing about I mean, a lot of TV and movies, and that I think they do wrong is not using natural light to their advantage. And this one is just, it just feels like you can fully immerse yourself. That's the benefit of natural light. It's something that I've been trying to do a lot more in my podcast. Like if you go back to my original episodes, like my very first episode, I had these fucking spotlights, and I was super fucking white because it was just... It's so much warmer. It's so much more comfortable by looking at something that is more natural, and beautiful lights where you're seeing the shadow on your skin, and it sets people in the realism of the world that you're in. Be that a shitty little fucking YouTube channel like mine, which, thank you so much for 155 subscribers. Like a shitty little fucking YouTube like mine. Compare that to an amazing show like Rings of Power. It's just so fucking special. It's so special. And it really... I mean, I know a lot of people don't like how slow it is, and I know I talked before about how it needs to be slow, but it's that slowness that really, like, if you sit back and you really focus, you put your phone away, put it on silent, put it on mute, whatever the fuck you want, do not disturb, put it to the side, and just focus. Really look into this show. Really get into it. Like, dive deep. It'll take you away. It will completely take you away. Now, I'm not obviously the biggest fan of like the slower scenes. There are definitely going to be times where you just want to fucking turn it off. Hobbits, for sure. Or the little half-foots. The little half-foots. And basically, like, we're trying to see the origins of every single species, and they're going to put the hobbits in there because, the hobbits are so important. And you got the one guy who's Gandalf, but not Gandalf. You know what I mean? Like, you can't say it's Gandalf, but it is Gandalf. You know what I mean? Because he's like, even in the most recent episode that I watched, it was like, oh, well, we've got to figure out a name for you. And they're like, Freidhook or whatever the fuck it is. And he was like, no, that name doesn't suit me. It doesn't suit me. I wonder what I could be. It's fucking Gandalf. But you just, I actually really like how they did this. I really, 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 really like how they did this. Because the moment you say it's Gandalf, everyone goes, it's shit, it's shit. But you come to your own conclusion. If they don't fucking tell you, this is the one thing that a lot of shows have been fucking up lately, especially The Acolyte. Let the viewer come to their own conclusion. Now, there was a point in the end of season 1 where it just went, oh my god. It was fucking incredible. It was actually fucking incredible. But basically, you had all these, like, the white witches, I think it is. Anyways, they went out there to see who this powerful sorcerer was, thinking that it was Saruman, right? And we hadn't seen this person. We just see that he touches a dead tree and he puts his power into it, and then it springs to life. And he's got this immense voice that can channel winds, and it's really, really cool. But he's a powerful sorcerer. You can tell he is a Mainar, or however you say it. Myanmar. Anyways, it's the species that Gandalf is, and that Sauron, I believe, is as well. Anyways, correct me if I'm wrong. Again, please tell me everything that I've done wrong. I really want to learn with this one. And what they do is they go, Lord Sauron, you have returned. Allow me to show you. You have not remembered who you were. And then they're just like, poof, poof. And they basically give him back a lot of his memory. But he realizes, hey, I'm not actually this fucking person. Who the fuck do these people think I am? And then he gets the staff, right? He puts the staff down. This is a very crude running over this one. I really recommend watching it. It's literally a final episode. And he puts the staff down. And what's one thing that you remember with Gandalf all the time? Puts the staff down, and it's a blinding white light. We get to see that when the army, or when he comes over the top of the hill and he sends the bright light down and it burns all the orcs and so on. Like it's obviously foreshadowing that it is going to be Gandalf, but it's allowing the viewer to be like, oh fuck, that's fucking Gandalf. That's who I want to fucking see. And it doesn't throw it in your face that it's a different actor. Because it is a big problem with actors. Obviously actors want to be able to have fucking money. And a show like Rings of Power on Amazon Prime, which is, a big budget. They had like $700 million for a fucking season. Insane. Or was that an episode? I don't know. But, as an actor, you want to be able to take those roles because you need to be able to feed your family, especially, even if you want to just start your career off well or continue your career. It's a fucking career maker to be able to kind of put you in that position where you're allowed to be an influential character and then or not also get ruined by the fans, because it can be decisive. It's a big risk. It's a big risk putting yourself in that role. Anyways, I really, really, really like the way they did that. Like, compare Rings of Power to The Acolyte, which, okay, not even allowed to be within the same realm. Like Acolyte, Rings of Power, it's completely fucking different, and it is so much better. But what The Acolyte did the whole series was just, it was constantly blather on and on and on and on and on about just like, this is who I am and this is why I did this. It's like, just show us. Show, don't tell. I don't know if, in Australia specifically, we just fucking, every time in primary school, we would always go through it and it would be like, oh, show, don't tell. And it would basically be like, give us the conclusion via the means of storytelling without fucking telling us what you're doing. It's like, I'm angry, instead of going like, you go, I'm angry. I know you're fucking angry. I know you're fucking angry. I know you fucking hate your sister or whatever the fuck it is. You're fucking angry about all this shit. It's bullshit. It's bullshit. It ruins the immersion. The Acolyte fucked up on more fronts than just that fucking one. But it's... Sorry, I was swearing so much then. I covered the microphone like this. But, it's so refreshing to see a show like this. And it's really something that I would want to see in the future. Big time. big time, big time, big time. So, you know, I mean, I'm going to go into like a bunch of different stuff. Obviously, this week is going to be Wednesday, 7 p.m. AEDT, because it's daylight savings now. But you know, every single Wednesday, I'm going to be doing this. I just wanted to kind of start it off as like the basis of kind of what the next few weeks are going to be, which is going to be about Rings of Power. There's a lot of conclusions that I kind of see are very, very similar. Like, I really enjoy Mithril, right? Mithril as a stone, I feel like it embodies the Force. That's an episode. That's going to be probably next week's episode. We'll see. It depends. I've got a couple other things that I want to talk about. But, you know, I hope for the future that we can get a series like Rings of Power for Star Wars and put it fucking in the middle of nowhere. Put it, maybe even we'll do like an Old Republic ages and ages ago about creating, you know, not even Old Republic, talk about the fucking origins. I've always wanted to make, me personally, I wanted to make movies. Maybe I could do a TV show like this, but I wanted to make something where it talks about the origins of the Force, and this is such a great format to show it in. A long form, in-depth breakdown of just the most incredible characters and just fantastical themes. But just seriously, just immerse yourself into the lore of Star Wars. It's something that the fans have been begging about, and Disney really, really needs to catch up on. Because if you look at the amount of money that Rings of Power has made, the audience retention has been incredible. Now, I get that, you know, there's going to be so slow points, but it's the kind of show where you're like, okay, there's slow points. I'm not going to turn it off. I'm just going to be on my phone while it's like this. You know what I mean? Personally, I'm not like that. But I know a lot of people who've talked to me about it like that. And they're saying like, you know, I really like watching Lord of the Rings and the extended editions, and I've never felt like I had to pick up my phone and watch stuff, right? But with Rings of Power, I really do. It's because it's new. It's not as much action all the time. It's a lot of lore building. It's a lot of like setting up for the most impactful trilogy aside Star Wars that ever existed. One of the most incredible novels, and I mean even The Hobbit as well. Like, just it needed to be long, it needed to be slow, and I really hope we can get something like this. I'll probably cut the episode there because I don't really want to go into the next couple of weeks' topics. I've left you with enough. I want to see Rings of Power in a Star Wars version. Holy fuck, that would blow my fucking mind. It's something that I've just been super excited about for so long, and I fucking need it. I hope you guys need it as well. Thank you for watching. Kind of actually the first episode, because, you know, obviously I dropped last week. I was like, yeah, you know, I'm going to do it on the Saturday because it's kind of like, it's a bit of an announcement, like, hey, I'm going to do it every single Wednesday. You know, so I really hope you enjoy this one. I really like this series. I really like where this is going to go, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. I love you all so fucking much. I don't think you fucking realize. And yeah, see ya, bitches.